One of the most talked about politicians in Maharashtra today is a first-time MLA Pankaja Munde, the daughter of Union Minister Gopinath Munde, who died tragically recently. Endorsements by no less than the Prime Minister and the party president Amit Shah have made her grab national headlines, leading to much speculation as to whether she could emerge as a chief ministerial contender. Joining me now on her busy campaign trail is Pankaja Munde herself. Hello. Pleasure to be talking to you, Pankaja. Let me start by asking you, did you ever think before your father's very tragic death that your life would be what it is today, that you'd be sharing the stage with the Prime Minister, with the party president, with senior leaders? Did you ever think this moment in a sense would happen for you?
I never thought about all this, but I was sharing stage with Prime Minister on the second line. Now I have shifted to first line next to him. So that has happened very fast in my life, but with, of course, a very tragic reason behind it.
Yes.
So somehow I didn't get that chance to think about it. I was just flowing.
How much of this campaign then is about your father? There are those who will say that actually it's a vote for Gopinath Munde because they don't know you right now. They will say it's a sympathy vote, it's a sympathy wave. How do you respond to that?
There is a big, huge sympathy wave. I should not deny it because he was such a big leader. A lot of people thought he is their support, he's their life. A lot of people used to have his photograph in their mandir at home. So of course there is a big, huge sympathy wave. But it is not the first time I'm traveling all over Maharashtra. Maybe I grabbed all the attention now of the national media. I was a star campaigner in parliament election also.
But let me ask you, one of the reasons that you grab national headlines is also, of course, the fact that the senior most leaders of your party have in a sense spoken of a larger state role for you, not just restricting you to your constituency. Amit Shah only even went so far as to say that the entire OBC community should unite under you. I want to ask you, as a young leader, do you believe that caste should still be the kind of factor it is in today's elections?
I don't believe in casteism, but I do believe where you belong to where you are born, with the kind of background you are born in, you have that kind of thread attached to that community or the caste. So you can't break it. That is your real identity. So if you are born in a backward class, it is your duty to give the upliftment to the society. So of course they relate to you, they fall back on you, they kind of look up to you. So you cannot just deny them once you reach somewhere saying that no, I don't believe in casteism anymore. I don't believe in casteism, but I know there is a backward class all over nationally, and they should be the people who should come in mainstream in future.
So to that extent, would you ask for for votes in the name of your caste?
No, I will never do that. I have never done that before.
Why not? Because a lot of politicians they do organize support along caste lines.
No, I will not do that. And Maharashtra politics doesn't support that kind of attitude. We never did in Maharashtra. Not big leaders do that. Not my father never did that. I'll never ask votes for my caste. Of course, I will be recognized by my caste. I'll be loved by my caste. But I will not ask vote for caste.
So when your party president Amit Shah speaks about the OBC community uniting under your leadership, how do you see that statement? Because a number of people feel that your projection today is also about eyeing that vote bank.
He was not asking for votes there. He was saying the community should, because after Munde Saab, community should not feel that they are leaderless or they don't have someone to look after them, because Munde Saab attached lakhs and lakhs of people to BJP in last 30 years, and they were that was a kind of our confirmed vote. After his death, they all started thinking that they don't have a leader, or they started getting detached from the party, or started getting detached from politics rather. So that is what he said, that after Munde Saab, we'll look after whatever you want. Pankaja will be the leading face, that he didn't want to kind of motivate votes in that manner.
But you know, when he was with you, and even when the Prime Minister was with you campaigning, there was a clamour in the crowds for you to be, in a sense, named the chief ministerial candidate or to be the chief minister of the BJP. So it's quite extraordinary that a first-time MLA should be spoken about as a potential chief minister.
See, if it was happening in normal scenario, I would have felt very happy and very content, very proud of it maybe. But now I'm really not thinking on those lines. they look at me as substitute of my dad. They look at me as, okay, if Munde Saab is not there, she will be the one who will lead us, she'll be the one who will take care of us. So because Munde Saab was definitely a CM candidate for BJP, they look at me in that manner. But the way I have travelled all over the state has given the rise to the campaign also. And I won't say that's the only reason. So of course people say, okay, she's the one who's campaigning all over the Maharashtra and kind of taking those people back to the party. So they all expect me to take that role. So it's my honor in a way, but it's a big responsibility. I don't know. I never aspired to be CM in this case.
You're right in saying that had your father been alive, he would certainly have been the chief ministerial candidate. I think we all know that. Now that he died so tragically, do you believe, or do your supporters believe, or do his supporters believe that in a sense that post, if it comes to the BJP, should rightfully come to you?
They must be thinking on those lines. That's why they
said it.
My followers mostly are from 18 to 25. There's so much of energy that you cannot control them beyond a point. So whenever my leaders come, I very slowly whisper, please excuse me for the way they behave, because sometimes youth you cannot control. So the way they react or the way they express their demands is there. But I don't really aspire to be CM right now. But if my party or my people think that, I should not deny it or just reject it. It will be disrespecting their their demands or their wishes or their hopes. So I would not reject them, but I will never ask for anything for the party.
But as your father's daughter, do you see this post as rightfully yours?
Not only as my father's daughter. If I was only my father's daughter, I would have not controlled this crowd ever. If I was their leader anyways. But only thing, I was their leader and leader's daughter. I was leading them for last 10 years. I'm working, 7 years I'm full-fledgedly working. So that's why it's only I take my mic and I talk and I say, no, calm down, control. They will not listen to me. They had those threads attached to me. They were having a bond with me for years. But after that, my responsibility has really gone up.
Your dad was among those who really stitched together the alliance with the Shiv Sena, a 25-year-old alliance that has broken. Is that strange for you that today the Shiv Sena is so openly attacking the BJP? The campaign is very, in a sense, vitriolic, it's very aggressive, they're even attacking the Prime Minister. The Shiv Sena hasn't put up a candidate against you because of the old association with your father. But is it strange for you that this alliance has broken?
Yeah, of course it is. It is strange for me that we are going in public meetings and talking, Shiv Sena talking about BJP.
Yes.
For years, I am actually, rather my life, I have brought up seeing these leaders together on dais and talking about progress of Maharashtra. So it is strange for me, but it is a different generation now. There was a generation of Bala Saab, Thackeray, Munde Saab, Pramodji Mahajan. They came together and formed this alliance. So they gave birth to a new thought process in those days, the 80s, that decade. So now new generation has arisen. Uddhavji is there, we are there. So maybe we want to try something, and we really tried our best. My leaders, my central leaders, my state leaders never wanted to break this alliance. We tried our best till the last moment. But that was the last day of nomination. We had to come to some level and settle the matter, but we could not come to that particular satisfactory level of discussions. And we had 4 more parties with us to accommodate, and they were there for parliamentary election. We could not do injustice to them. So the whole thing came up and we decided one day, one moment, and it was painful for us also.
But could this change after the elections? Because if the BJP is short of a majority, you have to either seek the support of the Sena again, or of Sharad Pawar, or of Raj Thackeray, depending on how he performs.
I would like my party to come with a clear thumping majority. We are trying our best to reach there.
But that's not realistic.
We are working on unrealistic levels to do that realistic, make it realistic. So I would like that to happen. If not, we will think later on. We will think how our leaders will guide us. We will go ahead.
But do you see a patch up with the Sena as possible?
See, if we are less for majority, all the options are open. So why not Shiv Sena?
Sharad Pawar made a statement that they would not field a candidate against your family in the Lok Sabha elections, but they haven't followed that in the assembly elections. You're actually up against one of your own cousins. So how do you see that move by the NCP to say, okay, Lok Sabha we won't field a candidate, but in the assemblies we will?
See, I don't even think about it much because they did not file any nomination against Lok Sabha candidate. But there is a Congress candidate supported by all the NCP local leaders there. So ultimately what they had to do, they have done.
Yeah.
Secondly, they have filed a nomination against me in my constituency, who's my cousin. But we actually separated 5 years ago. He was in NCP for 5 years.
Yeah.
So it was not some sudden shock for me. But he's already a MLC. So he's contesting just to kind of threaten me there, or kind of get me stuck there. Otherwise, he is having a MLC seat in NCP. So there was no reason for him to get into this election. If Uddhavji is not giving seat against me, if all the allies are supportive to me because of Munde Saab, so this was expected, of course, by people from the family members. But I didn't expect anything. It didn't come as a shock to me.
Now, you've spoken about being a new generation of leaders. Now, while the young part of it is good, there will be some criticism that, in a sense, you're all inheritors of politics. You will be called dynasts. It will be said this is another example of dynastic politics. Your sister is also now in politics. How do you respond to this charge that you are essentially political dynasts?
When I came in politics, when I filed my nomination 5 years ago, I answered all these questions. That okay, I got this because my dad ordered me to get into this. Because that was the only possibility we could have won the seat. So that was need of that particular place. They asked me to file nomination. It was by public demand. I did not want to get into politics. But once I got into it, I decided that I will not be under only shadow of my dad. And I started spreading my roots under the ground. And I
So you don't just see yourself as your father's daughter. You see yourself as more
I
as
love to see myself by...
Not only as that.
See, even if that is the identity, I should not deny it. That is my identity. But the way I work, it's only because I'm my father's daughter. It's only been 3 months. My father is no more, and people don't get out of these kind of shocks and sorrows for years. It's only him who made me so strong to get back to my duties, and that's why I don't mind getting only known by his daughter. But my sister is again accidentally in politics. She didn't want to be in politics, but my district demanded. It's only been 15 days. My father died after results of Lok Sabha, and it was a big sympathy wave there in my district. All the Karyakartas said that we don't want anyone to take that place unless you take it up. But I didn't want to go in the center politics. So I said...
Why didn't you want to go to the center?
See, I was very much comfortable in state politics. If this election would have happened maybe a month ago, I would have really thought of it. My district is very hardcore NCP thing. All MLAs are there, all MLCs, there are like 11 people and 2 ministers I'm fighting against. So there, if I am fighting assembly, I will be able to take care of all these people. If I was in Lok Sabha, I would not be able to push this election to some level. So I was doing that to get into proper, real, hardcore, lower level politics. So they asked someone to file nomination from my own family. So my mother is not yet out of her shock. So she's not able to get taken to it. So I had to give it to my sister, and it was by again public demand, how it happened 5 years ago with me.
Now you're campaigning, as you said, so soon after your father's death. The CBI probed the death. We believe the report is out and it doesn't suspect foul play. Is the family convinced of that finally?
See, I have not read the report of CBI yet. I heard yesterday when I was campaigning that it is the report is out and it's coming in the news.
Yes.
So if they are saying it's not a foul play, I don't want to make my father's death as a matter of attention or just to make it a sympathy thing. I just want to believe whatever happened. It is very difficult for me to believe there is a foul play also. I pray that it should be really something natural, normal, because it is not something difficult, not something easy for a family to accept. But if the report is out and if they are saying there is no foul play, I should believe in it. I should not make it as an issue for me to get somewhere. It is not right on my part or my people's part.
Yeah.
They may not believe in this report, but it is. I'll take some time to cool them down, and all their life they will feel that there is a foul play.
Let me ask you a last question. As a woman in politics, there's also talk, you could be the first woman chief minister. Has it been difficult as a new politician, as a woman, as a parent? Has it been difficult to juggle politics with the rest of life?
No, it will not be, because I am in politics since last 5 years actively. Last 10 years from a distance. But I always felt that I am a born politician, which I didn't realize for years. So it is not difficult for me to get into this role. I have done it till now quite successfully, and I cannot let these people go haywire. I have responsibility of lakhs and lakhs of people. I just can't deny that. That makes me more grounded and more determined to be in politics.
Well, you've grabbed national attention. Pankaja Munde, thank you so much for talking to us.